Hey everybody, my name is Jarrett and I'm the founder of Webebuilder and Appybuilder. In the last video, I showed you how to essentially go ahead and create an account, a free trial account. And now I'm going to show you how to actually navigate the software system. So let me go ahead and actually hop in here and I'm going to share my screen so I can show you how to navigate the dashboard. So this is the account that we're using for this video's demonstration. You can see right in here that it automatically gives me the option to drag and drop how I want it. Do I want it big? Do I want it small? Let's say I want the entire thing covered. So that way when somebody pops in, that's the only thing that they see. So I'm going to hit save. And essentially now you can see that it's very easy to edit, but basically the layout of it is purely drag and drop, and I'm able to essentially control how I want it to look. So if I wanted to shrink it, if I want to extend it, everything is drag and drop. So I could even click and hold this guy and move him up and see how that green line appears. Now I'm able to move them up. Let's say I don't like that. I could simply click right in here where this backspace is and undo what I just did. And I'm going to hit save changes and essentially go from there. So it's easy when it comes to actually controlling how you want the spacing of the widgets and blocks and templates and overall layout of your website. When you want to actually change, like let's say you want to change like the text, all you simply do is just click on the section where there's text, double click where you could simply come in here and highlight and start editing what you want to put. So it's very easy when it comes to editing text. And again, I'm going to just hit backspace because I am not going to change this. But let's say you want to change the color of it. Like let's say you want this text right here to essentially be a different color. Basically, this menu that pops up, you have style right here, which you could easily kind of control how you want that to look. And right here, it's a quote, which is how you see that blue little indent. So I'm going to highlight again. I could bold the text. If I don't want it bold, I would just undo that. Obviously, you could have italic, you could underline, but you could also add these things if you wanted to. You have fonts right here. So I'm going to show you how to add more fonts if you wanted to add more fonts, but you could easily select a new font. So let's say I want this font instead for that. And I'm going to do backspace again, but let's say I want this to be a different color, different size. Obviously you have size right here. You have the line space. So like I could expand this to 2.0. Because it's a quote, let me actually do that on here. So see how this is here currently. See how it's now expanded. Line height. Now I'm going to go back to 1.2. It's smaller. I'm going to go back to 1.5, which is, I think it was, it's probably 1.8. Yeah, it was 1.8 before. And I'm going to get rid of this and voila. So to change an image, click on the image, edit image, click on the image one more time. And now you could click on this image and essentially you're going to see that that image appears right in there. You could click stretch image if needed. So like you can see that blows it out and I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is actually just keep that there. But now what I'm going to do is come up to the actual image itself, drag it down, and you can see that I'm able to actually control the size of it just by simply holding it down and dragging up. And I'm going to go to this little downward arrow, click and drag down and make it right in the middle. And of course, we're not, United Rentals is a big company. It's the logo that I'm using for another client, new image paintandbodyshop.com if you want to check that out. You can also check out richardsindustries.org to see everything else that I do. But essentially, I'm just using this logo for an example. But if you want to add a new image, click edit image like I showed you earlier, same thing. Click the image one more time, upload a file, and then you could add any image that you want. So let's say I want to add this guy, which is another client of mine, odgbuilders.com, which is actually more real estate. So let's go ahead and start using this content. I'm going to click, select, and you're going to see that it appears right in there. So let's see how this cuts off. Remember how on the logo I adjusted it. So now what I'm going to do is just click, drag down, and I'm going to come up here to this blue space, drag up, and I'm going to come back down, drag down to fill the entire space. And now I have something that actually fills that's real estate. And this guy, again, I could change right here, Richards Estates, and I could start putting in whatever I want to. And I could drag up that blue space. I could drag up that blue space if I wanted to and save changes. So now I could start coming down and do that to everything else down in here, change whatever I wanted to, and so on. So it's very easy, as you could see, to not only change the text, add images and so on. But let's say I want to add a new block. So see how on these sections, it says add block. So what I'm going to be able to do is come in here, hit add block, and I'm going to have all these different categories from hero, services, call to action, and basically everything down to footers, or an empty block that would allow me to edit or have a pre-built template to be able to add to that page on my website. And again, if I don't want to essentially have anything there, I could just go ahead and hit the backspace and hit save changes. So if I want to change the color on this button, what I could do is just come in here, click the button, see how on here it says edit link, edit, there's a little paintbrush where it shows edit style. That's what I'm going to click. You could also adjust the alignment settings. So you could add animation. You could also copy or delete it. I'm going to go over the other ones, but for now, I'm just going to do the edit styling. And you could come in here, click the button right in here, and you could change it to any color that you want to, super simply and easily. But do you see how it says global colors? I'm going to show you how to go ahead and change those so that way you could build out a very consistent branding style and guideline when it comes to what colors you're using on your website to make it very easy and basically confirm that you're using the same exact color on every single page of your website to align with your brand. So in this left-hand menu, you're going to have pages, the add widget, global styling, funnels, website settings, and website preview. You could also click help, which will take you to this, again, help section right in here. But what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to the global styling. We're going to click color palette and see how this shows primary color, secondary colors, and background color. So what I'm going to do is just simply click on the colors that I want to change, and I'm going to just keep it super simple. And you could obviously come in here and do that type of stuff, but I'm just going to have everything be blue hypothetically. Oh, no, I just want blues. Let's do a lighter blue too. Okay, and then hit confirm. And now when I click on contact me and the edit styling, you're going to see when I go to the global colors, all those blues are now added. So I could change this to whatever blue that I want to. Same thing right in here. I could add all of these to the global coloring and so on. And this guy, settings, color icon, blue. So again, very easy, simple to change the colors. But again, now when I come hit save changes, let's go ahead and click on about. You're going to see that this blue is everywhere. But I could also basically keep everything consistent by, like, let's say I add a new block. Let's just click this guy for now. And I'm going to add him. So see how that blue automatically is the same branding color that I'm, or it's not on this one. Sorry. I could come in here, edit styling, same thing, button color, and boom, super simple, super simple. I'm going to disregard that because I don't want that one saved. Sorry about the text messages. But now what I'm going to be able to do is come down here, change all of the text, change the images, change the colors that I want to use, and save my work. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to actually navigate these control panels.